morning, students. Today we are starting with exercise 6.5. Yesterday I told you Pythagoras theorem, its converse, and few examples related to it, that is the applications of Pythagoras theorem. So let's start with exercise 6.5. Question number 1, I gave you homework. Now we are starting with question number 2. PQR is a triangle right angle at P. Now PQR is a triangle which is right angle at P, and M is a point on QR. M is a point on QR such that PM is perpendicular to QR. This PM is perpendicular. Right? Now you know that this type of thing we have used in Pythagoras theorem also, where from the right angle a perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse. There what we did, if from a right angle perpendicular moves to the hypotenuse, then small triangle and big triangle are similar. This small triangle and complete triangle are similar, and these two are similar with each other also. Now write given. Given is in right triangle PQR, QPR, angle P is 90 degrees and PM is perpendicular to QR. This is given, and you have to prove PM square is equal to QM into MR. Now if I write it in this manner, PM into PM is equal to QM into MR, and further I can write it as PM upon QM is equal to MR upon PM. You can write it like this. So if I write it like this, that means I have to prove two triangles similar, right? I have to prove these two triangles similar. Which triangles are these? This is PMQ and PMR. PRM, PMQ. Okay? So you can write that as angle P is 90 degrees and PM is perpendicular to QR. Therefore, you can write that triangle PMQ is similar to triangle PMR. PMQ is similar to triangle PMR, or you can write RMP. RMP. Okay? So, if they are similar, you can write PM upon RM is equal to QM upon PM. CPST. So if you interchange the places, you will get the answer. So QM if you bring it here, and RM if you bring there, it will be the answer of the question, which is what you have to prove. Okay? So simply I have not proved it again here. If you want to prove this thing, then what you will do? You will take this triangle and the complete triangle similar by AA. Then this triangle and complete triangle by this AA, as we did in one of the example and the Pythagoras theorem. And then from those two answers you can prove that these two triangles are similar to each other also. Right? So this is the proof of question number 2. Let's move to question number 3 now. The question number 3 is again same as question number 2. So I'm not doing it. It's your homework. Just try it yourself. Question number 3 is same as this question. Next is question number 4. ABC is a triangle right angled at C. Now right angle is at C. So A and B you can put anywhere. ABC is a right angle triangle. And as it is isosceles. Isosceles means these two portions will be equal. Because hypotenuse we know that it is always the longest side. So you will write in ABC is a right angled isosceles triangle. It is right angled isosceles triangle. Okay? And you have to prove that AB square is equal to 2AC square. How will you do that? Very easy question. Now as ABC is a right angled triangle and it is isosceles, so AB is equal to, AC is equal to BC. This is given in the question because it is isosceles. Also, angle C is given 90 degrees. Now, as angle C is 90 degrees, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So, by Pythagoras theorem, you can write that AB square, because AB is the hypotenuse, AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. Now, you know that AC and BC are equal. So, in place of BC square, we can write AC square because BC and AC are equal. Okay. So, AB square is equal to AC square plus AC square is 2AC square, and this is what you have to prove. So, this was question number 4. Let's move to question number 5 now. Question number 5 is ABC is an isosceles triangle with AC equal to BC. ABC is again an isosceles triangle and AC is equal to BC. Let this be seen. You have to prove that this is the right triangle. AB square is also given equal to 2AC square. So given, this is question number 5. Given AC is equal to BC and AB square is equal to 2AC square. You have to prove that angle C is 90 degrees. This we have to prove. This is the converse of previous question. So what we will do, we will start from given as AB square is equal to 2AC square. Right? Now 2AC square, how can we write? We can write as AC square plus AC square. So whatever we did in the previous question, we are just moving from the back. Now AC and BC both are equal, so in place of 1 AC square, I can write BC square because AC is equal to BC. Now AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. Hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So we can write by converse of Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, what is Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. And what is this converse? That if this is so, then the angle is 90 degrees. So angle C is 90 degrees, hence proved. This is what you had to prove. This was question number 5. Question number 6. Question number 6 is ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 2A. ABC is an equilateral triangle. What do you mean by equilateral triangle? Which has all the three sides equal. So they are given 2A each. You have to find the altitude. Right? What do you mean by altitude? Altitude makes an angle of 90 degrees. So given is ABC is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle, and AD is an altitude. Now if it is an altitude, that means it will make an angle of 90 degrees. Right? So you have to prove that you have to find the length of AD. You have to find the length of AD. Now in equilateral triangle, altitude acts as median also. As in equilateral triangle, we have done in class 9th this thing, that as in equilateral triangle, altitude acts as median. Therefore, what will happen if it is a median? Median means it divides the base in two equal parts. So BD and DC will be equal. If this is a median, BD and DC will be equal. Also, angle 1 and 2 will be 90 degrees because it is an altitude. Right? So consider one right triangle first. In right triangle ADB, if I take this one of the triangle, then AB is the hypotenuse. So AD square is equal to AD square plus BD square. Now AB, you know, it is 2A. AD you don't know. And what is BD? The whole length is 2C. As it is dividing it in two equal parts, so the BD length will be A. It will be A. 2A by A. Sorry, 2A by 2, A. So 2A square is 4A square is equal to AD square plus A square. right? Now both the lengths here you can write them equal to A. Now solve it further and you will get the answer. So 4A square minus A square is equal to AD square. What is 4A square minus A square? It is 3A square. Now as you have to, these two are squares, so to remove the square from this side, you have to take the square root of 3A square. What is the square root of 3A square? As 3 is not having any root, so it will be root 3. And from A square, you can write A. So root 3A is the square root of AD square. So AD will be root 3A. So this is your answer for question number 6. Next is question number 7. Now question number 7 is, prove that sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals. The rhombus is there. They are saying that sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus, if you take their sum, all the sides squares, it is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals, right? So given ABCD is a rhombus, just this much is given. ABCD is a rhombus. You have to prove that if you take the sum of all the sides, AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square, it is equal to sum of the squares of the diagonals. Diagonals are AC and BD. This is what you have to prove. Okay? Now, as ABCD is a rhombus, what do you know about its diagonals? As ABCD is a rhombus, that means its diagonals bisect at right angles. Its diagonals bisect as right angles. Now, if they bisect at right angles, that means all these angles will be 90 degrees. So one by one, we'll take all the triangles and apply Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle AOD, AD square is equal to AO square plus OD square. Take next triangle COD, it will be CD square is equal to OC square plus OD square. Take next triangle, which is the next one? BOC. So in triangle BOC, BC square is equal to BO square plus OC square. Take the next triangle, it is AOB. So AB square is equal to AO square plus OB square. So we have applied Pythagoras theorem in each triangle. 4 triangles were there, we have applied Pythagoras theorem. Now you can see that if I take only LHS, AB square, BC square, CD square, DA square, AB square, BC square, CD square, AD square, I am getting it if I add all the equations. So we add all the equations 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? Add all the equations 1, 2, 3, 4 and you will get LHS. So let's add. So I will write add 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when I add, it is AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square. Now, RHS I want only AC and BD. For RHS, all these are to be written or changed into AC square plus BD square. Now, we know that diagonals bisect also. If they bisect, that means AO will be equal to OC. Or you can say AO can be written as half AC. So, first we should write that AO and AO2. AO are there, 2 OBs are there, 2 OCs and 2 ODs. So, we can write them as 2 common, AO square plus OB square plus OC square and plus OD square. First I have just little bit simplified it. After that, this LHS will remain same. AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square is equal to, then what we can do, AO we can write as half AC. So it is written as half AC whole square. OB can be written as OB half BD whole square. Similarly, OC can be written as half AC whole square, and again OD can be written as half BD whole square. Right? Now solve it further. Half AC whole square is half का square 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 BD square plus 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 BD square. Right? Now 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 AC square. What will it be? When you add two 1 by 4s, it will be 1 by 2. Similarly, 1 by 4 BD square, 1 by 4 BD square will be 1 by 2 BD square. Right? Now, take 2 common from both and cut it. So it will be 2 into 1 by 2. 1 by 2 I am taking as common. AC square plus BD square. Cut 2 and 2. So your right hand side is also AC square plus BD square. Left hand side we already got it, and now we have got the right hand side also. So it is proved. So what I have taken in this question, ABCD was given a rhombus. As the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles, therefore all the angles formed in the center are 90 degree each, and then both are bisecting also. That means these two portions are equal. So AO is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. Now take all the triangles separately and apply Pythagoras theorem. Then add all the 4 equations. After adding all the 4 equations, you will get LHS. For RHS, we will write that AO is equal to half AC. Similarly, OC is also half AC, OB is half BD, and OD is also half BD. And then just simplify it, you will get the answer. Right? So this is question number 7 of exercise 6.5. Let's move to question number 8 now. Question number 8. In figure, O is a point. This question I will not solve it completely, I just tell what to do. So let me just draw the figure, and then you have to try this question yourself. This is C, B, A, and then O is the center. Then OD is perpendicular, OF is perpendicular, and OE is also perpendicular. Right? You have to prove that these 3 are perpendiculars first. This is given. OD perpendicular to BC, OE perpendicular to AC, and OF perpendicular to AB. You have to prove OA square plus OB square plus OC square minus OD square minus OE square minus OF square is equal to AF square plus BD square plus CE square. Very easy question. Just little bit arrangement is required. See, OA square, then AF square. You can see. So OA, if I join this, it is OA, right? We can join OB also, and then we can join OC also. So you write in the construction as you require OA in the question. So join OA, OB and OC. First we will join these 3. Then accordingly we will take the triangles. If I take the triangle OA and E, this triangle AOE, this. In AOE triangle, here is right angle. That means this is your hypotenuse. So you can write in proof, in triangle AOE, AO square, just a minute. You can write AO square is equal to OE square plus AE square. This you can write by Pythagoras theorem. And then as your requirement is OE square is in subtraction, so we'll bring this OE square here. AO square minus OE square is equal to AE square. This is your first equation. Similarly, now you need OB. OB के साथ you have to take OD, or you can take OF also, it's your choice. We'll write OB, this triangle will take OBD. And then last we need OC square and OE square. So we can take the triangle OCE. So this way you can take all the 3 triangles, then 3 equations will be there, add them, you will get this answer, whatever is required, right? So this was your first part. Again I am repeating, first we will just join OA and OB, OA, OB and OC, because it is a requirement in the question. Then we have to just see the 2 proof carefully. If we see it carefully, we can see that OA, then OE and AE, sorry, OA, OF and AF is there. So we will take the triangle AOE. Sorry, we have to take the triangle AF, AOF. Here we will take AOF and then OF plus AF, because AF we require, not AE. It is AF. So we will take this triangle first. Accordingly, we will put AO square is equal to OF square plus AF square. So AO square minus OF square is equal to AF square. So this is our first equation. Then I require OB square, and OB के साथ you can take OD, OB and OD and then BD. So take this triangle, you will write OB square is equal to OD square plus BD square, and then shift it to the other side, you will get this type of equation. Similarly, we will take the third triangle, add all the 3 equations, you will get this first part. For second part of this question, there is a second part also. This was first part. Second part we will get from the first part only. So second part is AF square plus BD square plus CE square is equal to AE square plus CD square plus BF square. Now you can see right hand side is same. That means we have to make changes in the left hand side. So when we make changes in the left hand side, now just interchange. I require AE, so take OA and OE. OA square minus OE square. OA square minus OE square we can write as AE square. So put these 2 in one bracket and write it as AE square. Then CD square, so OC square and OD square. Put these 2 in one bracket, you will get CD. Then BF, these 2. OB square minus OF square will be written as BF square. So this is how you will do question number 8, right? Now question number 9, I'll just explain question number 9. A ladder 10 meter long, 8 to 12 you will be doing yourself. I'm just explaining what to do. A ladder 10 meter long. The ladder is always inclined. So it is 10 meters long. Reaches a window 8 meters above the ground. So window is here 8 meters above the ground. You have to find the distance of the foot of the ladder from the base of the wall. So this length you have to find. Simply you have to find Pythagoras theorem. Apply Pythagoras theorem in it, because we know that wall will always stand at the angle of 90 degrees with the ground. So you will apply Pythagoras theorem and find this AC. Right? Question number 10. Now question number 10 is a guy wire attached to a vertical pole. Now question number 10 also I just explained. A vertical pole is there of height 18 meters. A wire is attached which is 24 meters long. This wire is 24 meters long and has a stake attached to the other end. To the other end it is attached. How far from the base of the pole should the stake be driven so that the wire will be taut? So this you have to find again. A guy wire attached to a vertical pole of height 18 meters is 24 meters long. This is 24 meters long. Pole is 18 meters. How far from the base of the pole? Yahan se base of the pole is this. How far is it? Should the stake be driven? Where should it be? Just joined at the other end so that the wire will be taut. That means it should not have any strings. So this is what you have to find. Again apply Pythagoras theorem and solve it. Next is question number 11. Question number 11 is an aeroplane leaves an airport and flies due north. The aeroplane is flying due north at a speed of 1000 kilometers per hour. This is the speed given, not a distance. 1000 kilometers per hour. At the same time, another aeroplane leaves the same airport and flies due west. From the same airport, this is airport, it is flying due west at a speed of 1200 kilometers per hour. 1200 kilometers per hour. How far apart will the two planes after 1.5 hours? So you have to find after 1.5 hours. Time given is 1.5 hours. After 1.5 hours, what will be the distance? So what we'll do, we'll just find the distance first. Now what is the formula? Distance is equal to speed into time. So if I have to find the length AB distance, my speed is 1000, time is 1.5, it means 3/2. So it is 1500 kilometers. So my AB is 1500 kilometers. Similarly, we'll find for BC. BC, my speed is 1200 and time is same, 3/2 hours. So it is 1800 kilometers. Now you can easily find AC by applying Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so first we have found the distances and then we can easily find the distance between both the aeroplanes, AC. Question number 12. Two poles of heights 6 meters and 11 meters. Now one pole is at a height of 6 meters, another pole is at the height of 11 meters, and they are standing on a plain ground. On a plain ground they are standing. If the distance between the feet of the poles is 12 meters, this is given 12, you have to find the distance between their tops. This distance you have to find. What we'll do in this question, you can see that if I join this line, a rectangle is formed because poles will always stand at 90 degrees on the ground. So if this is 6, this portion will also be 6, right? And out of this whole 11, this will remain 5. If this is 12, this is also 12, right? Now if this angle is 90 degrees, this angle will also be 90 degrees because we have made a parallel line, corresponding angles. So this is 5, this is 12, you can easily find this length. So question number 12 also you are going to do it yourself. Now rest of the questions we'll be doing tomorrow. So that's all for today. Just do all these questions till question number 12, complete it in your notebook, and if any query is there, just ask me on my personal video. Thank you so much.